Hello, everyone, and welcome to another free Delphian webinar. We're continuing Animals of Long Ago. My name is Sterling. I don't know if I said that already, but we're going to be making some more dinosaurs and reading some more out of the book of Animals of Long Ago. And the next chapter is about meat-eating dinosaurs. So I'm pretty excited about that. If you were with us last week, we were adding dinosaurs to our display here that we've been working on as we go. And I had to return the clay that I had borrowed from someone else, so I had to get rid of the dinosaur that I made, unfortunately. That's kind of sad, but I will be, as we keep going here today, I'll be making more dinosaur cardboard cutouts, because I know a few of you, I think, were doing that with me, so I'll just be doing that while you guys follow along. And if you have clay, feel free to, of course, use that as we go. And a couple other things to say, as you do your work and you make dinosaurs and add them to your display, I would love for you to send me a picture. This is the right email address to send. I don't know if you can read that, but events@delphian.org. It just really makes my day to see what you guys make. And I really appreciate all of you who've sent it in so far. It's really great. Okay, so, and the other piece of news is next week will be the last webinar for, I think we're ending off the webinars by next week. So hopefully we can make it through the whole book and all the activities between today and next week. Yeah, why don't we just go ahead and get rolling here and get started. So let's check if there's any questions first before we get going. Hi, this is Lily and Ben. Hi and welcome. Kira says, I can't see you. All I see is a black screen. Can you guys see me now, or is it still a black screen? I think everything's set up correctly. Just go ahead and put in the Q&A if it's good or not. Lily says, hi, good to see you. Isis says, why? I don't know, that's just what I got told. Yeah, we'll see what happens after that. But Katya says, hi. Kira says, nope. Evelyn says, I can see you. Okay, good. Great. So let's get going here. So why don't you put in the Q&A if you finished the last activity, which was to make all of the plant-eating dinosaurs in that chapter in clay and then add them to your display. Also, there was, to draw each of those dinosaurs, cut it out and then add it to your poster. And let's see, my poster is actually over here. Let me just grab it real quick. So in case you're just tuning in right now, and this is your first webinar with Animals of Long Ago, what we're doing is we're reading chapters of a book called Animals of Long Ago, and then we have certain activities, like we make a certain dinosaur out of clay, or we draw it, and then we either add it to the display if it's a clay dinosaur, or we add it to our poster here of a landscape if it's one that we drew and then cut out. So so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes to finish up the activity from last week, and I'll be doing some of that with you, and then we're gonna move on to the meat-eating dinosaur section, which I'm pretty excited about. So let's see. Kira says, I still can't see you. Okay, we'll have our tech support person check it out and see if there's anything they need to change here. Kira says, I see you. Okay, good. Everyone says, kind of. Kaden says, this is our first time. Okay, well, welcome. You should be able to follow along as long as you have, some of the materials that we had put in the email to do the activities with us, like the clay and the paper and colored pencils and whatnot. Jensen says, I'm late. That's no problem. Milo says, I can not do the clay. I don't have any clay or cardboard. Okay, that's fine. You can still do the poster part. That's fine. Okay, so great. Everyone says you can see me. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share the book with you that goes over what activities we're doing. Here we go. This is where we ended off last week. We had looked through this book of dinosaurs, plant-eating dinosaurs, and we learned a lot about them. I'm not going to read all of this over again. I'm just going to show you guys the pictures. So yeah, so this was chapter 3, plant-eating dinosaurs. We read through all this, learned about the Brontosaurus, the Brachiosaurus, the Stegosaurus, the Triceratops is here, the Maiasaura, and that was it. So in the activities, there were these step 1 was in a book with pictures of dinosaurs, find each of the dinosaurs in this chapter, which we did. 2, dinosaur display. Use clay to make models of each dinosaur in this chapter, add these to your display. And then number 3 was dinosaur poster. Draw and color pictures of each dinosaur in this chapter. Cut out the dinosaurs and glue them to your poster. So we were in the middle of that last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one cardboard cutout dinosaur to add to my display and one drawing of a dinosaur to add to my landscape drawing. So those of you who were in the middle of it, just like me, when we ended off, you'll have some time to finish that up before we go on to the next chapter. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the clay dinosaur here. I mean clay. Mine is going to be made out of cardboard, but I still think it's cool. So here we go. I just have to pick which dinosaur I want to make out of clay here, or out of cardboard. And let's see here. I think I'll do the Triceratops. It's kind of a classic dinosaur. And you can pick whatever one you want as well. Also, just so you guys know, this book that I'm reading, the Animals of Long Ago book, is free. If you go to heronbooks.com, you can just download it and read it as much as you want. Like even after the webinar is over, you can just have it. Okay, so I'm going to draw this dinosaur, make a little cardboard cutout of it, and then we'll see how this goes. So, okay. So it looks like we got a couple questions coming in. Let's take a look here. Liza says, I don't have cardboard or clay either. That's okay. Why don't you go ahead and just pick a dinosaur that you want to draw and then draw it on, paper. And then you can draw, if this is your first time tuning in, then you can make a landscape like this on another piece of paper and then cut out the dinosaur that you made and then glue it to your landscape. So then we'll be adding dinosaurs as we go and as we learn more about dinosaurs here. Okay, cool. Isa says, do we have to draw all the dinosaurs in that chapter? Yeah, that's what the activity says. I mean, no one's forcing anyone to do it. If you really don't want to, you don't have to. If you want to draw something else too, if you have a picture of another dinosaur that you know about, or something else that's your favorite kind of dinosaur or animal long ago that you want to draw, then that's okay as well. It looks like there's a dinosaur looking at me. Yeah, I know. I went back in time and met some dinosaur friends. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish drawing my Triceratops here, and you guys can go ahead and follow along with me. For those of you who aren't done with this part yet. Okay, so I got the body, the legs mostly, and got the 3 horns. Now it's got an eye there. Its nose is there, and then it's got its mouth is like a beak almost, which is really, I don't think I ever really looked at a Triceratops' mouth that closely, but it really looks like some kind of bird beak or like a snapping turtle maybe, or something like that. Let's see. Okay, so I think I drew its head a little bit too small, but I'll show you anyway. So this is my cardboard cutout of a Triceratops. I'm going to cut out like the cardboard around it, and then put a couple slits on the bottom, and put a little, like 2 little cardboard tabs there so it can stand up in my display. And I'm doing this instead of the clay one because I had to return the clay that I had borrowed before. So so this is going to be instead of the clay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I just put a cut in the middle of this one on the bottom, and then a little like rectangle of cardboard, and then where you put the cuts, you just fit them together, and then it can stand up. Yeah, it's not so bad, to do this if you don't have any clay. Yeah, it's still pretty cool. So now we have a T-Rex and a Triceratops here in my little display. So there's one, and now I'm going to do one more drawing of an animal from the last chapter, and then add it to my poster. So that's going to be the last thing, and then we get on to the meat-eating dinosaurs. I'll just quickly check if we have any questions. Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me stop the screen share and show you. Sorry about that. Okay, so here's my Triceratops. I cut out a little hole in the bottom, and then I made a little rectangle of cardboard and put a cut in that too. And then where there's a cut, you just kind of put them together so it can stand up, just like this, so you can see. So yeah, this is what I'm doing instead of the clay. And so that's the Triceratops. And then here is this is the poster that I was showing you before. So this is, we drew a landscape in one of the activities last week or the week before. And then we were picking our favorite dinosaur from the chapter of plant-eating dinosaurs. And then we drew that, we cut it out, and then we just glued it to this poster. So we are supposed to do that with an animal from all the animals, but I'm just going to be doing one more because I think that you guys were you were way faster than I was at drawing. So I'm just going to do one and then add it in there, but you can do as many as you want. If you want to do more right now or not, yeah, that's fine. So let's see. I think I'm going to draw. Oh yeah, that's the one I drew before. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna do one more here. I'll do the Stegosaurus, I think. Okay. It's kind of amazing. You don't really notice just how short the front legs were compared to the back legs until you draw it, and then you notice just how funny that looks. It's kind of awesome. It's amazing how much that you can learn about something just by trying to draw it. You just see so many more, parts of that thing, whatever it is. Wasn't this the dinosaur that had a brain that was like the size of a nut, a walnut, I think it was? His head is so tiny and compared to the rest of the size of its body. Okay, let's see. These other legs here. Okay. All right. So we got the main part of the body. Now we have to draw these blades and the spikes on the tail. Let's see here. Okay, let's see some questions here. Evelyn says it's my dad's birthday. Oh, cool. Happy birthday, Evelyn's dad. Um, AG says the Stegosaurus used to be a symbol of wisdom because of its big head. Now scientists know the Stegosaurus was very dumb. Wow. Okay, so here, let's draw these spikes on this guy now. Let's see. Okay. So now it looks like he's got 4 spikes that are just different than those like large blade, fan blade looking things. So just put those at the end of the tail here. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have our Stegosaurus. I'm going to color this one in a little bit. I didn't have time to do that on my last one. Just really quickly. All right. So here's my Stegosaurus. I'm going to cut this guy out now, and then I'm going to glue it to my landscape. And then we're going to move on to the meat-eating dinosaur sections. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Our Stegosaurus is in our landscape scene now, and we can go ahead and move on to our meat-eating dinosaur section. So before we do, let me just see if you guys have said anything and catch up on any questions. Katya says, tomorrow's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Mackenzie and Denali Reeves says, show us closer. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting about the screen share. There we go. You don't have to like use a magnifying glass to see. This is the Stegosaurus I drew, or wait, no, that's the, I think it was a Brontosaurus that I drew last week and I added to the poster, but I I think we were kind of over time, so I didn't shade it in or anything. And then this is the Stegosaurus I just drew, and I just glued it on to our landscape poster there, just like that. So that's what I did for the poster. And in case I forgot, this is what I did. I just did a little cardboard cutout of a Triceratops so he could stand up in my little display here. Yeah, I think you can see that more or less, right? Okay. All right. So let's see. Evelyn says no screen share. Mackenzie says show us your dinosaur closer. Okay, sorry about that. Liza says you forgot to exit screen share. Yep, sorry about that. Liza says, can you please go back to the Triceratops? I didn't finish it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the picture of the Triceratops. So here, I'm going to leave it up on the screen for just a few seconds so you can see what left you have to draw, but I have to keep reading now to the meat eating section. But if you want, you can download this this book if you want to keep using this Triceratops as what you're looking at and drawing. You can just go ahead and download that anytime. So we're gonna keep on heading down to the meat eating dinosaur section now. So here we go. So this is the end of chapter 3. So here's chapter 4, meat eating dinosaurs. Wow. Okay, here we go. There were always more plant-eating dinosaurs than meat eaters. Some of the meat eaters were small, about the size of a man. They often hunted in packs. Wow. Others were much larger and hunted alone. That's awesome. All right, here we go. One of the bigger meat-eating dinosaurs was the Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus. Tyrannosaurus means tyrant lizard. A tyrant is a cruel ruler who makes everyone do things their way. The person who discovered and named Tyrannosaurus thought this huge meat eater was so fierce and strong that it ruled over all other dinosaurs. Tyrannosaurus was one of the largest meat eaters that ever lived. It had a huge head, long, sharp teeth, and large, powerful hind legs. Its front legs were small, but still strong, with 2 claws at the end. Tyrannosaurus was 40 feet long, longer than 3 elephants in a row. Another large meat eater was Allosaurus. Allosaurus. This dinosaur liked to feast on brontosaurus meat, but a whole herd of angry brontosauruses was too much to attack. Instead, Allosauruses probably looked for young or sick animals. This is the way lions and tigers hunt today. It's hard for them to catch healthy, grown plant eaters like buffaloes or wild pigs, so they usually go after the young or sick animals instead. All Allosaurus was 30 feet long, almost as long as a Tyrannosaurus. Wow. All right, here's chapter 4 activities. In a book with pictures of dinosaurs, find Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus. Okay, cool. And then I'll give you guys some time to do that, but I'm going to read ahead and see what the other activities are that we have to do here. So dinosaur display. Use clay to make models of Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus. Add these to your display. Show what they might eat. Do anything you want to complete your display. And then 3, the dinosaur poster. Draw and color a picture of an Allosaurus and Tyrannosaurus. Cut out the dinosaurs and glue them to your poster. Show what they might eat. Do anything you want to complete your poster. Okay, cool. So let's see here. We have about 15 more minutes left, or 13 more minutes left. So if we go quickly, or I guess I should say, if I go quickly enough, we can read the next chapter before the end of this webinar. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that because I want to get into the next reading section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll back up to the picture. I already drew a Tyrannosaurus. So I think I'm going to draw this one and add it to my display. And then I'm going to do the poster ones too. So here we go. So some cardboard. Oh, let me see if anyone has any questions real quick. Oh, Mackenzie says, I can see it better. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. And then Kiara says, my screen is still black, but I can just go on YouTube and watch the video. Yeah. Okay, cool. That sounds good. I'm not sure what the problem is. But that sounds like a good idea. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do the cardboard cutout really quick of the Allosaurus. Looks a lot like a Tyrannosaurus, but it looks like his body isn't quite so big. And his arms are larger than the T-Rex's compared to the size of his body. And he's got these cool spikes that go along the back all the way down his tail. So let's see here. Okay, so let's see. Hmm. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot the spikes. So let me add those now. So it's actually, I can only see that they are kind of on the top of his head and along his tail. But I mean, I don't know. I guess from the angle that we're looking at it here, it could be all along its spine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the spikes on the tail. And yeah, there we go. So we have our cardboard Allosaurus. Just gonna cut him out and put him in. Okay. So there's our Allosaurus. Put him right there. So he looks like, here, I'll stop the screen share for a second. I remember this time, yay. I'm gonna put the Allosaurus right here. So it'll look like maybe he was hunting the Triceratops, but then the T-Rex came out of the forest and now they have to fight over who gets to eat the Triceratops or something like that. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna draw one of these dinosaurs. I think so that we have enough time to do the reading, I'm just gonna do one of them, and then we'll keep going. So I'm gonna draw a T-Rex as fast as I can, and then we'll read the next section, and then that'll be the end, I think. Yeah. So here we go. T-Rex. I'm gonna screen share the picture of the T-Rex now, and then we can do this part. All right, here we go. So just realized I'm kind of running out of space on my poster, so I'm gonna draw him to be a little bit smaller, and then I'll put him in the background. All right. I think I might have not drawn the arms quite in the right place, but I think that'll be okay. All right, so let's do this really quick and then see if we can read this next chapter really fast. All right, so I'll stop the screen share so you can see what I'm doing. Here's my T-Rex with his kind of dinky arm there. I'll just put it in the background a little bit here. Of the poster. And there you go. So there's the poster with the T-Rex in the background. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you again, and then we'll read the next chapter, and then it'll be so long until next week after that. So here we go. Here's the next chapter. Death of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs walked the earth for millions and millions of years, 160 million, in fact. That's a long, long time. Then suddenly they all died off. Today, they are extinct. What happened? We're not sure exactly. Something happened millions of years ago that made all the dinosaurs and many other animals die. Scientists agree that there was some sort of huge earth-changing disaster, but they don't know for sure what it was. Some scientists thought a disease spread around and killed off the dinosaurs. Others think an enormous meteor about 8 miles wide suddenly hit the Earth. The collision would have been stupendous, as strong as the explosion of 1 trillion tons of dynamite. It would have caused gigantic earthquakes, wildfires, tidal waves, floods, and huge clouds of rock dust that lasted a long time. Other scientists thought that Earth grew colder for some reason. Plants could no longer grow. The dinosaurs who were used to living on an Earth that was very warm could no longer find food. So they died of starvation and cold. Whatever happened, the Earth became unfit for dinosaurs to live on, and they are no longer here. Scientists have tried to find proof of exactly what happened. They're still trying and are still learning more and more about dinosaurs and how they lived and died. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 5. And this will just be your little homework assignment. Talk to another person about how the dinosaurs may have died. Find out if they have any ideas of how and why this happened. Okay, that's it for me today. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm just going to go ahead and put this up here one more time. Any of the work that you did, I would be really happy to take a look at it. If you could just email it into events@Delphian. Oh yeah, let me turn off screen share. events@delphian.org. And yeah, that's it. Again, my name is Sterling. This was a Delphian free webinar, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.